So good morning everybody, Carlos here, taking you out on a dawn walk of my neighborhood. It will be light within the next 15 minutes, I guess. I have my trusty point and shoot camera. I have my phone. I have minimal clothing for this temperature. I'm going to have to keep moving quite quickly just to keep my body warm. First kilometer coming up. This is my street. As you can imagine, this is going to be not so much a door-to-door video, but it's going to be from my door to the first kilometer mark, which will be about 10 minutes or so. So I'll probably stop around Torquay Elementary, which is on the next street. When I take a right, I'll be on Torquay Drive. Then I'll take some pictures in between the video clips, either with my phone or with my camera. But with the camera mounted on my chest, it's a little easier for me to take the incidental shots with my phone. Zone 1. So I've set myself a 90-minute limit today. Today would have been day 6 of running this week. And I figured I've run enough this week, so because I needed about 90 minutes to finish my week off for Strava, my 10-hour target, I decided to walk today. A brisk walk with minimal clothing. I have no gloves. I have long sleeve t-shirt, cotton, long sleeve v-neck sweater, poly cotton, and long pants and long underwear as I head up Torquay Drive. Luckily there are some street lights here. 3 minutes moving time. Samantha is yakking away in my back pocket at the moment. I can hear her. I've chose to do this loop, which is going to be about 5 miles in this direction because it's quieter. And because I'm walking, I don't really have to pay too much attention to my heart rate, because even though it's zone 3 now, it's hardly going to get any higher. Not unless I break into a run, which I'm not planning to do today. I see a family of people up ahead. Looks like at least 3 humans. Well, my heart rate's pretty elevated, but that's usual for me in the morning. First thing, especially if I'm recording, I get excited. And this is an uphill start. We should see quite a few deer today, the way we're going. Just coming up on Torquay Elementary School, Zone 1. That flashing red light is a 4-way stop. That is at precisely 1 kilometer from my fridge. Back to zone 0 again. 10 minutes 31. That's perfect. That's what I would have guessed would be my target pace for today. As I approach the last few minutes of the first clip, I will stop talking and let you take in the view. Mount Douglas with a little red light on the top. They're going to be replacing that antenna this year with something a little taller. There's the family, the group with the dogs. 6 minutes in. As I take a quick peek. 1 minute 47 on this clip. Good. That might well get me pretty close to the 1 kilometer mark. Another minute and a half, and I'll have to start a new clip. Zone 2, I heard. As I grab my phone for my first incidental shot.
Average heart rate 114. Workout average pace 10 minutes 24 seconds per kilometer.
Alright. First shot. Got it. This guy is quite a humorous guy. Island Plumbing. That's his baronial hall. That's his white truck. That one says at the front, "Don't go to bed with a drip. Call the plumber." Alright. As the first clip rolls to an end, I will continue purposefully forward, keeping my heart rate up, up, up. Zone 2. There's a stag, a limping buck over to the right, just taking the corner now. He's trying to hide from me. There he is, behind the tree. This is a really quiet street. The ocean is down that way. The Saanich Sea is on the horizon through the trees. "112 is my heart rate. 10 minutes 35 is my pace." Excuse me. That was my porridge. I think I told you last week that I got some organic turmeric from the farmer. He gave me a couple of bags of turmeric. Not the powder, but the actual root, if that's what it is. They look like little sticks of ginger, but they're much smaller. Knobbly root-like plants. I think they're roots. Anyway, what I did was I cut the fresh turmeric root into little chunks, put it in a clean skillet, and baked it in the oven for about half an hour at 350, and then when it cooled off I was left with these hard little nuggets of chopped fenugreek root, which I then put in my spice grinder and ground it up into a powder, which I have been using as an anti-inflammatory for my knees and hips, what have you. I can hear liquid bubbling around in me. Probably coffee, black coffee. It's sad, this used to be a huge arbutus tree, but for some reason they decided to cut it, and now they're left with that ugly stump. Well, that was a shame, but they must have got some kind of permission to do so. It might have been from the hydro company. Could have impeded their cables. Maybe that's what it was. There's some snowdrops. (10:38) as I turn onto Sea View Drive, heading down towards the ocean now. Should be able to pick up a bit more speed on the descent. I had a little bit of a shock there. The camera shut itself off. It might be the cold air. The cold air making the battery feel exhausted. Luckily, I don't feel exhausted, but I will be watching out for that. If it does happen again, I could always switch to recording with my phone, but I wanted to try and keep that separate today. I wanted to keep it more in the old school digital camera. I like the microphone on the camera. It's a good quality microphone. 10:32 as I go down, down, down. Nice old stone wall here. Nice bit of Portuguese stone masonry. Just heard a zone 0. That means it's below 106. 106 is zone 1, which I just heard. Seawood Place. I think the road that I'm on is Seaview Terrace. I could be wrong. 19 minutes in to this walk of my neighborhood. The lens is still out, which is good. I've got the camera mounted about as high as I can on my chest. It's literally just under my chin, which makes the acoustics good. You can see the ocean now, the Saanich Sea between the houses and the trees. Looks quite choppy out there today. Bit of a chop going on. Pretty soon I'll be on the bottom of Balmacara, heading towards the Van Trite Woods. Into the wind I go. 20 minutes of moving time. 10:21 is my pace. That's pretty decent. I have had a nice downhill, mind you, as I head to the little footpath connecting one neighborhood street to another. So we have seen one deer so far today. One deer does not make a herd. So this episode will be called 5 Miles in the Hood. I'm still trying to get my 600 calories done. That's why I'm keeping the pace up, so that my heart gets a workout too. 2.02 kilometers so far. Balmacara Road and Lanes Road. I'm half expecting the lens to close any second. Probably before I get to the next little bit of park, but we'll see. Because it's quiet, I can hear it when it shuts off. I still have 3 minutes left, which will get me to the Van Trite Woods. There you get a view between the trailer and the fence of the Saanich Sea. That's how close I am to the ocean. I quite often call this my coastal 5-miler, but because I'm walking it today, I won't call it that. Excuse me. Up I go. The Coastal Greenway. Excuse me. So that organic turmeric is working wonders. I don't have any knee pain, no ankle pains, nothing. This is great. Tomorrow I will run to celebrate a new week. Minutes 19. It's the cold. It's keeping me moving at a brisk rate. These two fields used to be a farmer's orchard, and that boulder in the middle there has probably been there since time immemorial. It's too big to have been placed there deliberately. Unless it was placed there by an ice sheet. That's my latest theory. The smaller ones were probably placed by humans. They might have been cleared from the orchard, from the farmer's orchard. As I head towards the Van Trite Woods. Okay, so this I believe is clip number 3. Not sure about that now. Anyway, it doesn't really matter, it's either 3 or 4. Pretty soon I'll be getting to some more coastal views. That'll be fun. Pretty soon I'll be able to call it a day for this episode, this exciting episode of the Running Jackal podcast. The last little bit will be probably about 3.5 kilometers of noisy roads, so it's just as well I'm getting my recording in now while it's quiet. As I tilt the camera down a little bit, so you can see the chip trail. Heart rate 111. That's good. It's a pretty healthy heart rate for walking. Purposeful, brisk walking is what I call it. PBW. Faster than you would walk if you were carrying a heavy pack, that's for sure. Pretty soon I'll be popping out of the Van Trite Woods and I'll be in the Gordon Point estate. That subdivision of expensive single-family dwellings. Back to 10 minutes 30 again. So the last clip I will film at Glencoe Cove, and then I'll head back towards the noisy streets and back to my neighborhood, looking for those elusive 600 calories to burn. I'm probably up to 200 now. So by that reckoning I need to do about 5 miles today to make my 600. Otherwise I'll do a little bit on the bike as they pop out into civilization again. This is where I normally see large amounts of deer. There's some nice red in the sky over there, over Washington State, probably over Seattle from the direction we're looking. Zone 0. Yeah, this is a pretty ritzy neighborhood. These houses are all a couple of $1 million Canadian, probably more with the real estate, with the ocean views. Yeah, this house has got a pretty nice view. So we've arrived at Glencoe Cove. This will be the last clip for today. As I slow my pace a little bit so that you can take in the scenery at daybreak. I think I was going to call it Daybreak in the Hood, something along those lines. A couple of people on the rocks over there, enjoying the early morning light. I won't disturb their peace. I was going to do a little bit of rock climbing, but I wouldn't want to slip into the ocean today. I will stick to the main paths as much as possible. As I get to the end of this clip, I will say goodbye to you, and hopefully you'll catch a few more minutes of video now to the end, till the battery decides that it's exhausted again. I think I'll take the next turn off. It'll swing me around a little bit of the scenery, the coastal scenery. Try to time it for the 33 minutes of moving time. as I pop out onto the ocean front again. High tide, as you can see. A couple of seagulls over there. It did die on me, but I'll say goodbye to you one more time. Right here, right now. Bye-bye, everyone.